Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here 1 second. All right. Awesome. Good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So this week we're doing a series on Demark tools. And so today we're going to be talking about Demark Trendlines. But stay with us through the series this week. It's really cool. There's some counting tools, which is why we have the count here. There's some counting tools that are involved in this. So for the next 2 days after today, we're going to go over those counting tools. There's the basic counting method, right? The initial buy and sell methods, and then there's an array method. And then on Thursday, if you guys can stick in until Thursday, we're going to combine these and show how really cool they are. So good stuff there. So today we're going to be talking about Demark trend lines. All right. So before we get started, though, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening, and what might be setting up going into tomorrow. And then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX up 28 points today. Fresh all-time high, strong monthly candle, pushing its way up here over the upper Bollinger Band. Weekly chart, getting some follow-through here on the weekly candle after that last week invalidated the bearish engulfing weekly candle here. Still room to go. RSI is not even overbought yet on the weekly chart, just FYI. Daily chart. Okay, so yesterday, as you guys recall, we talked about the 618 retrace on the Elliott Wave show. So there was we don't know, right, when wave one is done. We just have to wait for the price to tell us that it's working on a pullback. Right, so we were just kind of assuming that potentially this was a spinning top reversal in the works and wave one was done, but it looks like it's still got room to go and it wanted to go higher today. So let's continue to keep an eye on it and just wait for the next pullback to see when that happens, right? So if you recall this last wave, big wave one that we had, it was very clear that it was over, right? We had a big shooting star candle right here. We pulled back. We had an ABC pullback for a wave two. Then we worked our way up for the wave three. Then it was very clear here that we were working on wave four, right? We got some big red candles right here, pulled back to wave four. We bounced off the 50-day moving average, and now we're in the sub wave one of 5, right? So the idea is the concept here that we're working on is that we have this impulsive count. And so we're looking for a wave 2 pullback, which is typically a 618, right? And then we're going to look and see if we can get a sub wave 3, right? And we'll see where that takes us, right? So sub wave 3, right? And then we'll see if we get a wave 4, which we should, right? And then a wave 5 of 5 to kind of finish the whole deal, right, before the market's ready to potentially pull back, right? So we'll see how that goes right here. But in the meantime, we're still working on this subwave one. So good stuff there in SPX. So let's take a look. Why are we still in subwave one? Well, because we're still seeing intraday impulsive action, right? So it didn't feel like it for the majority of the day, but we did get a nice retrace right here today, but we had a very impulsive move at the open here on the XPX, and then we had a bunch of upper shadows up here of the 15-orb high, and then we pulled back, but we couldn't even get to the lows today. Got over the ADMA, chopped for a little bit of a higher low, and then at the end of the day, just have a nice day, right? So just a big push there. And this is part of our S&P Futures game plan today, which we put in the bubble report and in the Discord for our Elite Access members, and really good stuff. So we like this. We wanted to see if we can get over the overnight high. We got a couple quick little pushes right here, a bunch of upper shadows like we saw there in the SPX. We faded the gap, right? So on the ES, right? And then we bounced off of that nicely. That was a good gap fade. Then we had the higher low. And then once we got over the overnight high right here, we talked about this at the close today. Like we could see a potential push, and we got a nice move right there to finish the day up with a late day rally. So nice stuff there. So going into tonight, we've got a little bit of a falling wedge, it looks like right here. So let's see how that goes going into tonight. See how it retests this line right here, this geometric line right here, and how that holds. And where we go into this evening. Again, we're in price discovery territory, and you usually don't see too much overnight unless you have big news. So we may see some choppy action. It may even want to come back down a little bit and kind of hang out at these levels down here, just to get comfy before we get into the morning again, before volume starts to pick up again. So, but generally, it was a pretty low volume day, right? We didn't really have a lot of big candles here today. I mean, we had this big red candle right here, but for the most part, after we had some really low volume candles at 8,000 contracts, 10,000 contracts. So there was a lot of chop today, a lot of low volume right here in this big dip. And of course they bought it right at the end of the day. So good stuff there. All right, cool. So let's get into the topic. So this week we're talking about Demark tools. So today we're going to be talking about Demark trend lines. This stuff is straight. The trend lines are the easy part, right? In fact, it's all pretty easy because it's all done for you, except the trend lines. And there's probably some tools out there that automatically does that. So again, the way we look at trend lines, right, in our group is we do it. We go from lows to highs. You guys have seen the videos. We go from lows to highs, and then we push the trend line over until it finds a line where it doesn't intersect anything else, right? And then we wait for confirmation below it. And then here you can see this happened overnight, right? We broke down below the steep upward trend line. We confirmed below it, right? And then we got some downside movement, right? But the other thing we look at too is geometric lines, right? And so geometric lines is where you connect two lines, where you connect two dots, like the highs and the lows, basically off of the wicks of candles right there, and you get your geometric line, right? So this is also what Demark calls his trend line. So this is a Demark trend line right here. So to trade these Demark trend lines, what we look at is really their momentum moves, right? And so they're interesting, right? So what we look for is basically these pivots right here, and you get a nice pivot right here off of this geometric line right here. And then what you do is you look to trade through that geometric line and on a momentum move, and you look to push up to the next target level, which was this level up here, right? So we look for essentially turning point pivots for targets, right? And so the concept is you get the way they talk about it is you go long through the Demark trend line, and your stop is at the bottom of the Demark trend line, of the lower Demark trend line. So that's the idea. That's the concept right there. It's just geometric levels, and it's just a momentum move through those breakout levels. Let's take a look at a couple examples here on the daily charts. So AMD, right? So AMD had a huge move today, right? So this actually gave a Demark trend line, right? So it's basically just a triangle right here, right? So that Demark trend line can be a triangle, right? So you had a momentum move through this triangle here today. We got really tight, nice low volume move right here. We got increased volume there, right, off of this momentum hammer candle, off of the 15 orb high, and push. But it also did it on the daily chart today. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so very, very good stuff here. Let me pull up a clean chart here for you. Let's get this here. So again, you've got this line right here. Okay, so you go to the top of the wick, right? You find the next wick that intersects. You go there, and then you look for a breakout over that intersection, and you look to go long over that, right? So, and then your stop is at the bottom of the geometric line here, right? So the Demark trend line here. So again, here's your momentum move today. We gapped right at it, we tagged it, and we pushed up today for a nice momentum move, and never got stopped out on AMD today. That's the concept, right? So this is very, very momentum trading type stuff, right? It's not, exactly precise, and they don't always work, right? Sometimes you get a breakout, and then it doesn't pull back, right? So so if you put a Demark trend line right here, you got to move up, and you got a little bit of follow through on it. But sometimes, here, maybe this was your move right here, but you gapped above it and pushed down. It never moved, right? So you have to be a little bit careful with it, but it does give us very interesting levels of interest, right? These are our geometric lines. They're very important, right? And so we get a nice move out there. Again, we saw the same thing here today with with NVIDIA, right? So NVIDIA had a big break here today, right? So here's your Demark trend line right here. You go like this. There's your geometric line, right? You get a momentum move through there, and then boom, you get a nice push to the upside. Here's your stop area right here, right? Never tagged it, right? So nice move there on that. So that's it. That's those are the Demark trend lines. They're just geometric lines that we talk about in our group, and can be very, very helpful. So, but anyway, guys, tomorrow and the next day we're going to be talking about the Demark buy sequences, and we're going to talk about the arrays. Okay, so and then we're going to put it all together on Thursday. I think you guys are going to like it. It's really, really cool stuff. So, so good stuff there. So hopefully you guys find this helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. We got a full week ahead. Today was only day one, but keep in mind, guys, next Monday is the market is closed for George Washington's birthday, right? So we've got that going on. So don't be surprised if we see some low volume coming into the end of the week for traders taking a break a little bit early. But there's usually something that's moving out there, and you guys are good at finding them, Michael, everybody. So good stuff there. So Shirley sent a few via email. Again, Shirley, hope you're doing great out there. So here's a couple good ones, right? So NVAX, this thing's been epic, right? So this thing was like choppy, sloppy forever, right? So here you got that little Demark trend line right there. See, this is an example right here. It's really tough, right? Because it pushed above it right here and it kind of pulled back. Now, it technically never stopped out of the previous Demark area. But here's another example right here, too. You kind of got above it, pulled back. It's very difficult with options unless you go for the momentum move. But, if you look at that geometric breaker right there, boom, there's your nice move on NVAX. So let's look see if that still can get some follow through. It's in complete momentum phase right now. We'll take a look at that in a little bit, too, this week. If you can remind me on Thursday. PayPal, again, beautiful inside day up today. Had a nice move up after earnings. Gapped up over the inside day. That's usually a bullish event, especially clearing the earnings high, right? And that usually gives you a nice trade, right? So a good move on PayPal today. Again, it was mostly at the open, and then it kind of chopped around for a little bit, and then a little push into the close. So a tough one. You had to be right there for it and see it gapping up. Riot, again, guys, all these Bitcoin names is just crushing it here today because Bitcoin itself is just rocking, right? But you got a nice nice gap up over that geometric line here today. And if you just kind of take a look at Bitcoin right here, whoa, Bitcoin all-time highs. What? That's epic. So cool stuff there. Again, we're seeing a lot of those names moving along with the Bitcoin. Because what else do we have? We had some news like Tesla investing in Bitcoin. I think there's some news Apple looking at getting into some crypto type stuff. So that could be interesting. So at least some rumors of it. So Overstock, you get another push move right there. Also kind of a blockchain type name. And Edit finally broke out, right? So finally gave a nice little move right here through this geometric line today. So let's see if that can hold and continue to work its way up and break out of the cloud there on Edit. So nice stuff there. Michael, what's going on? What's up? So OCGN, let's take a look, see what you got here. Woo! 570 on Friday. Epic move. Crazy. Up to $18 from $5. It's beautiful. Play with a bullish hot dog pattern. Nice, yeah, definitely a bullish hot dog pattern. I love it. So that's where you got a reversal, right? So good. Yeah, let's see if play continue to work its way up and play itself to the moon. So moon here looking good up after hours. Good momentum on this one. That's your Moonshot Innovation names. MViz. Again, this name is just crazy. Oh no, not I'm thinking. MicroStrategy, that thing's crazy, but Microvision is also pretty wild as well. Big push up on that one. CRSR, earnings coming back too. Yep, so good. We got earnings coming on this one tomorrow morning, right? So keep an eye on this one, see how it goes on that. Again, see if we can get over these levels up here. So good stuff there. And then Vinny Doge, Ethereum. I love it. Money is too easy right now. I can feel a pullback coming. Nice. So good stuff there. Yeah, a little bit. I guess the greed factor is high right now. So good stuff there. You also got APPS. I wish we could plot Doge on Thinkorswim, but you can get it on TradingView. So good stuff there. APPS with a nice hammer move right there. Let's see if that can continue to work its way up. SRNE. Again, nice breakout candle on that one here today. That got real tight right here at the to the ADMA, and then gave a nice pop there. Very, very nice. And then Glue got unglued after hours after EA decides they want to buy them. Look at that. So they got halted after hours on that news and then got Bowie. Right, so a big move right there after hours on Glue. So keep an eye on that for a potential 15 orb move tomorrow. Pretty epic stuff there. Great stuff. Mike, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, good job trading today. That's great, man. Let's take a look at old CCL. So CCL again broke out of this potential bull flag right here, and continue to kind of grind its way up. So a couple little pause days right there, but let's see if it's ready to make a move again. The IWM has been really strong recently. Again, pot names up, Tilray up after hours. Those have been pretty epic too. We pointed those out in the bubble report this morning. And Tesla. So Tesla's getting really tight again, guys. Really tight. Right, definitely one to keep an eye on right here. It pulled back today, but it's still over the ADMA. Right, so definitely look for a breakout out of these geometric lines one way or another. So good stuff there. Fabio, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Roy, what's happening? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Fubo. Yeah, so Fubo, again, right, like we said, this is that old gap right here. That was a big deal, right? So that huge upper shadow there is kind of the indication that, hey, we don't like where that gap was, right? So it came back again here with a strong candle and couldn't hold it. It gave a double inside day up and couldn't hold it again, right? So that's the clue right there that this is a tough level to get above, right? Now we're seeing the pullback on that. So kind of tough right here. We're below the ADMA. See how it holds the cloud. Again, we've been tracking this potential cup and handle pattern right here. So it looks like it's working on that handle. So definitely keep an eye on this. Maybe through earnings, it'll get ready to break out on that one. So I know it stinks, but that's kind of just what we're seeing right now. You know, it's just it's tough. So keep an eye on that cup and handle right there. Laser, just a choppy mess right now. Just choppy, sloppy. So good stuff there. So we've got let me remove this right here. Sorry, I think I duplicated it by mistake. There we go. Yeah, so it's in just a super choppy range right now. So just kind of keep an eye on these levels, right? We got that, these kind of geometric lines right here, kind of this triangle, really, really tight range right here. Look for a breakout one way or another. We had an outside day today, so whichever direction that takes, it might get some follow through on it. So just a little bit of caution off of that too. So good stuff. Thierry, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's look at Neo. Yeah, so Neo again, good close today, right? Increased volume back over the ADMA. Right, we got a nice geometric line up here, so let's see how it holds that. Let's take a look at NNOMF. Let's take a look at that. Nano 1, yeah, material. So this is good too, right? So big geometric line coming up, right? So we have a big level right there. Again, nice momentum move through these geometric lines, right? So that was good, right? Through these guys, right? Off of that inside day. So a nice move there. Let's see if we get any follow through on that. But big day on that one today. Big day. I love it. Good stuff. Ron, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, let's say hello to Chewy. Yeah, so Chewy, guys, from Friday, it started to poke its head above a geometric level right here. This is a good example, right? They don't exactly, just because you break out of a geometric line, right, doesn't mean that it's going to get, amazing follow through every time, right? So, but we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at some of the counting sequences today to kind of show you how that stuff works. It's really, really cool. So it's holding this geo line down here for now, but really, really tight, right? So this is a big area. See how it holds the ADMA on Chewy. So good stuff there. Let's see with Penn. Okay, so Penn with a big gap up and push on Friday. Today hung in there, right? So nice lower shadow, but a big pullback. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on here. Again, we were tracking it as if it was in wave 3, but just because it's in wave 3 doesn't mean wave 2 is not going to come, right? So it did pull back right here. Let's keep an eye on it. It's holding 382 for now. If not, look how it holds the 618 there on Penn. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at MU. So MU, yeah, pretty decent today. Again, guys, the semis were strong today. Nice candle on this one, and look at this. Really, really tight range here intraday. Nice low volume pullback, right? Nice low volume dip. Increased volume to break out of the 15 orb high, and then worked its way up there on MU today to finish the day up strong with the rest of the semiconductors. So good stuff there. So Fabio, what you got? So you've got, let's take a look at Sens. Let's see how that's looking here. So, Sensionics. Okay, so kind of a cheap name, right? But a nice gap up over that geometric level from the other day, from Friday. So you got some nice follow through on that one. And again, it's at that point here, it's once you're above it, right? You look for just setups intraday. It was a little bit tricky here. These penny names are tough, but it gave you a nice gap up here today. Just see if we can push over to these highs, and then see if we can get over this guy right here. That's kind of like the first target, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on there on Sens. Laser, again, we looked at as well, getting really, really tight in there. So just looking for a break one way or the other on that one. And of course, RKT. So this RKT is just a mess, right? So it'll give this huge breakout move. This is a good example, right? So we have this huge geometric level right here. We did get some follow through on it for sure. But what a pullback on that one. So I mean, you gotta be able to take profits on these. This one worked its way up all the way on the first day on that breakout candle. Already got to your first target right here, and then the next day it hit the next targets up here, right? So it's basically just consolidating here, getting really tight at the ADMA. So look for a breakout again over these levels. Okay. So good stuff there. Yeah, my pleasure. Michael, so very beginner's trading strategy on Demark Trendlines. I know, I love it. Good stuff. Mikey, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Excited to be here. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited that you're here. So good stuff. Creighton, what's happening? Let's take a look at PRLB. Yeah, so Proto Labs, again, big gap up here today. Watch out for that upper shadow, but a strong move at the open. So good stuff there. FLGT. Fulgent, again, another nice genomics name, still getting its way up. Again, these genomics are like the new FANG. Beam with a good push right there. Again, Beam Therapeutics, another one right there. Broke out of the geometric line, kind of came back in, so see if we can get back above that. Ozone. Again, still great move right here. Again, big triangle breakout recently, right? Another trend line breakout right here for a good move up on Ozone. Spot. Yep, so Spot, really, really tight stuff right here. Again, push down here after earnings, so it's got some work to do, right? So we got kind of this descending triangle type action, so just watch and see how it holds those levels on that. GRWG. Again, pot sector's been epic, right? Double pause day up on that one. A double doji sandwich. Chug. So again, a big push after hours on earnings, right? So let's see where we end up going to. We're at 111 right here, so see if we can get above those levels tomorrow and try to do a gap and go. Otherwise, it might do a reversal. So a little bit of caution there. Zebra or chop. Zebra, again, nice breakout here out of this geometric line, right? For a nice move up there. Look for follow through on that one. Baidu. Again, Baidu hanging in here too, right? So we got through these levels here the other day and made a nice move up. CELH, let's take a look. Yes, ELH got a little bit of a push here the other day as well and gave a nice push to the upside. So let's see if that can continue to go. U. Yeah, so you nasty, right? So nasty gap down on Friday, right? Here's your geometric breakdown right here, kind of like a big bear flag, right? Broke down below there, big upper shadow. Not surprised to see follow through on Unity software. That's a good stuff there. And then W day. W day, yeah, nice gap up here again, guys. Huge breakouts here through a couple of these geometric lines, right? Started to work its way up here, and very, very nice moves on W day. I love it. Good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and then MSDR, I know exactly, just epic. This thing, 1,050 today. The thing's nuts. 1173 over. I mean, just this thing is just insanity. So big name on that one. Yeah, super crypto punch, and then SI with the super crypto punch. I love it. Really good move there, and then up huge after hours. It just doesn't care. Just big move on that one. So I love it. So good stuff there. Very, very nice. So for Symmetry, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's see what GME. What's GameStop up to these days? Woo! Another inside day. Hanging on to the 50 days so far, but watch the inside day breakdown, and of course a breakdown below these levels right here. If it gets below 50, then we got the 200-day below back under $20-something. So keep an eye on that one there too. Gurpreet, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. IDS, what's going on? About India, nice. Lemonade, let's take a look. LMND. Yeah, so Lemonade again, guys, grindy right here, so again, this is a possible ABC pullback in the works. It was tough. We talked about it last night, right? This wave B move actually makes the C equivalent to A if you start from here, but it still could have some more downside, right? This could be working on a zigzag type move, right? ABC up, and we could still see a move back down to the 50-day moving average on Lemonade. So keep an eye on that one. So good stuff there. Javier, what's going on? Rita, what's going on? Yeah, Amazon. I know. Amazon, just beautiful, right? So it's just taking forever, right? So you have your 1-2 move right here. We have an inside day today, right? So this last move up here from this last leg, right, for a 1-2-1-2 is right off of the 618. So, is he going to do an A, B, C and pull back and kind of get into the 786 range and then go? Tough. We just need to look for impulsive price action on that. Today was definitely not impulsive upside price action. It was just bleh at the open, right? So that's not what we like to see. So let's keep an eye on it and see where it goes from there. We're going to see how it handles the inside day range on that one. So good. So Javier, so NNDM, let's take a look. NNDM. So NNDM with a nice little breakout candle right there. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on this one. See if it gets any follow through. You got an ADR on that, so a little bit of caution there. And then CJ, yeah, PLTR. Let's take a look. So PLTR tricky, right? So we got a nice gap up today, right? They're partnering with IBM, and then that nasty pullback candle right here actually could show, if this count is correct, that we're actually working on a larger move. So the suspicion at this point now, my suspicion on this is that we are that this was your initial impulsive wave up, right? This was your wave 4 triangle, right? Wave 5 is done. Okay, and we're working on a corrective wave, right? So here's your A, here's your B, and look for a symmetrical move down on PLTR. The fact that it couldn't hold up on that good news today is kind of indicative, right? So look at that. See if we pull back down to the cloud on this one, right? We could see a gap fill, and then things might change after earnings, right? So we'll see how that goes for PLTR. Again, good name. Good deal with IBM and all that stuff. But just the fact that it just couldn't hold on was like, okay, right? So we got that going on there. James, we got LMT. Let's take a look at the War Machine. So pretty epic stuff right here, right? So a little bit of push off that geometrical, kind of pulling back right here to the EDMA, right? So see if that can kind of grind its way up there. It's good stuff there. Tricky name, James. And then in Apple, yeah, let's go, right? So nice push there. Gave a little big push at the end of the day. I like how it's holding the ADMA. I'm not a fan of the volume, but let's see if we try to push over today's highs and get going again. Apple's gearing up for a move. It's getting really, really tight. Oxy, Ryan, this was epic. I love this name today. Again, oil names were super duper strong this morning. And Oxy was one of the good ones. XOM was good today too. So really nice find on that one. See if we can get some follow through on it. Might be a little extended here, but great move on Oxy today. I love it. It's $25 considering not too long ago, a couple months ago, it was like $5, like $8. So pretty cool stuff there. Michael, yeah, OTLK. Let's take a look. Look out. Look at that. Nuts. Incredible stuff. Great. So you got haters on your snow play. Let's take a look at snow on the in the blizzard right here. So let's see. So yeah, it's tough, right? So you got a lot of upper shadows out the 50-day moving average, right? That's just kind of telling a story, right? So again, anything can happen. Stocks tend to move up, right? So stonks go up, right? So but watch your upper shadow right here. Still could pull back to 80 MA. Below the 80 MA, we got an open gap down here, right? So so a little caution on that too. So good stuff. Great, awesome, great stuff. Thanks, great, appreciate it. Javier, yeah, one more. You got CVS. Let's take a look. CVS. Inside day, right? Getting really, really tight, right? So I gave a couple nice moves recently. Watch this geometric line here. You're going to have that bearish Marubozu candle. See if you can break out of that line. Otherwise, you got that line, right? So see how it goes there. So good stuff. SPY, count. GG, what's going on? SPY, count. BTC, count. Yeah, so SPY, we already looked at SPX, right? So we already looked at SPX a little bit earlier, right? So we're basically still working on a wave 1, right? So we're just waiting for proof to see when wave 2 begins to start, right? And Bitcoin, I mean, just you have to assume we're at some sort of impulsive wave, right? So again, you have maybe wave 1 up right here, 2, 3, 4, and we're somewhere in wave 5 right now, right? So just continue to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Again, you can put some extensions on here. If we go all the way back to just like these lows here, if you go here, you go back to wave 2, right? It's already the 2.618. The 3.618 is at like close to 55,000, right? So that's a possibility on it. So good stuff there. Michael, so Planeteer, I think is lockup. Yeah, that's definitely good. Does make sense for a pullback. But hope don't turn up. Yeah, I don't think Apple looks horrible. Yeah, I know. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible, but it's hanging on to the 80 MA, so that's good. So yeah, Doge. Is it a good idea to throw a few hundred on Doge and HODL? It's the only really can't make it rhyme. Well, it's kind of interesting because Tesla came out, right? They just revealed that Tesla has a huge investment in Bitcoin, like $1.5 billion, right? So the real question is, are they going to start putting money in Doge, and why? Right? It's just because Elon's being silly about it, and he's just like, put $1 million in it and just wants to see what it does, and he's just playing around on the weekend, or, are they actually looking at using it as a viable currency, maybe to help buy Teslas, So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. It's super duper cheap. I think just kind of keep an eye on the wave counts. Keep asking Paul and the for checking his wave counts on it, for sure. So James, so net, yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, so net, yeah, again, good breakout candle right here, good geometric level right here. Also mentioned in the group today. Let's take a look here. Yeah, nice break above this geometric line right here. So see how that holds on net. So good stuff there. And Ryan, XL, let's take a look. Yeah, XL getting tight, right? So gave one quick little push here above that geometric line, kind of pulling back again. Again, here's your levels right here. I would wait to see if it can give another move or a better move, right? So kind of keep an eye on that one here. And there, but you've got this and maybe this for now. So just kind of keep an eye, see if we break out one way or the other on that one on XL. But it did give a nice pop last week. So yeah, so Elon bought Bitcoin, not the Doge, so we can't trust, right? Exactly. But it would be cool if Tesla had like $1.5 billion in Doge, right? That'd be kind of interesting. But don't forget, guys, Doge is just designed as a joke, right? So now they're starting to come up with more stuff too, right? So, but anyway, it's a cryptocurrency, so cool stuff there. M King, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Kodak. Yes, Kodak double inside day. I gotta be really careful with this name. Kodak tends to just it's like the VIX, right? It tends to be shortable on any spikes. So just a little bit of caution up there. Sometimes they have good news, but ever since all the drama, a couple months ago after this. Right, it seems to be doing the same thing, right? This is my suspicion here with the GameStop type thing, right? Just kind of these little spikes every now and again, and just kind of into that sort of pattern. So, so that's what we've got going there on Kodak. ACB, let's take a look here again. Yeah, big breakout on these names, on these pot names today. So a big push there. See if we get some follow through on ACB. So good stuff there. And then BA, yeah. So BA again, guys. We talked about this last night. We had a green day on it today, and actually gave us some good trades intraday. Inside day here, see if it breaks out again. It's possible this wave 1 is in. We had a bearish engulfing candle. We have an inside day off of the bearish engulfing candle. So if we break down below there, we may see some more downside action and possibly a wave 2 pullback, right? So if we do continue to break down, I'll be definitely looking at the potential here for a 618 retrace. Right, kind of into this this 200 level, but there is an open gap just below it, kind of a golden zone type move. So see how it goes right here, or we could still be working on a larger wave 1. So I'm looking for more clues on it on the intraday, on the daily. So good stuff there. Tommy, what's going on? Good to see ya. Yeah, let's take a look at SRGA. So SRGA, woo, big move on that one right here. Yeah, so a huge move through a lot of recent levels, right? So very, very nice stuff right there. Let's continue to keep an eye on it and see how it goes. If it continue to work its way up, again, very, very nice move on that one today. Great stuff. Good. So Fabio, one more. Yeah, QS. So QS, guys. Again, this is. I'm like forever bearish on this one now. It's just like it's tough, right? Gave one little move up right here. See if we can get some volume over this geometric line. Yeah, it grinds its way down. It's not flushing, so that's good. But it's not ripping either, right? It's not really showing any constructive action. See if it gets over this trend line, or this geometric line. See where it goes from there. So good. So see, so you got pins. Let's see what pins. Yeah, nice move up right there. Again, a little bit of a pullback, right? See if it tags the ADMA and see how it holds from there. Fubo, I think we might have looked at Fubo. Yeah, we're still kind of tracking this cup and handle pattern. It looks like it's working on the handle right now. So we got that going on. And you got 20,000 Doge from a penny. I love it. Not selling until $1. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the dollar's going to be, once it gets to $1, if it gets there, it's going to be a big area of resistance, right? So definitely want to keep an eye on there. JPO, what's going on? Airbnb, let's take a look. Yeah, so Airbnb is kind of just working on this 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and kind of in another subwave 1. I mean, this thing's generally pretty strong, which is kind of interesting. And then BA looking interesting as well, for sure, James. Yeah, exactly. And Tommy, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for the shout out. Give this man a like. I love it. So good stuff, guys. I hope everybody found today's discussion helpful. We'll get into more of the counting numbers on Demark tomorrow. I think you guys are gonna like it. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night as well. If you're new here, definitely subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification button so you can see when we post our videos throughout the day and we go live at night. But again, guys, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button whether you're new here or not. That goes a long way. I always appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for the bubble report and in the streams. And we'll also see you on Twitter for our normal tweets and the Good Morning Market Prep video. So hope everybody has a great night. We'll see you guys bright and early. And until then, stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And we'll talk